Unlock the secrets of franchising success with the Franchise Life podcast. Hosted by Stacey Shannon. Join us for expert insights, success stories, and practical tips every week. Subscribe now and take your franchise journey to the next level.
Hello, and welcome to the Franchise Life. Today, we have a brand unlike any that we have featured on the Franchise Life so far. It is called the Back Nine. And with me today, I have one of the founders, Will Bangerter, and Darren Wilstead, who does franchise development for the Back Nine. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, my pleasure. All right. So this is, and right before we went live, you said something that really stuck to me that for anybody that loves golf, golf is huge these days. I mean, it is everywhere. It's a great sport. So anybody that loves golf and loves business, this could be an investment opportunity perfect for them. So let's just get started here with Will sharing what the Back Nine is all about.
Yeah, I'd love to touch on that. Back Nine is where golf and business meet, and what better than golf and business in one? It's a 24-hour indoor golf facility where members subscribe on a monthly subscription basis, and they can have 24/7 access with guests as many times as they want during the month for a low cost of somewhere between $200 to $250 a month. So what we're doing with Back Nine is we are creating this semi-automated business model where our software is such that you can book a tee time online. No hassle. You don't have to talk to anybody. You get a link texted and emailed to you, or you can use the app and access the facility using the button in the app. That link is only active during your tee time, and then it expires once your tee time is over. So the owners of our facilities don't have to create key fobs and key codes every time somebody signs up. It's all pretty automated. And people can go and play on the very best golf simulator equipment that this planet has to offer. And we love, being able to provide the technology that all the pros use on a daily basis to general users from the public, anytime, any day, any place. And so that's really what the Back Nine is. And what we're trying to do as a company is break down the barriers of entry in the golf industry. How can we drive costs down, give availability as much as possible to anybody? And for the first time ever last year, more golf balls were hit into a screen than outdoors. And so we're really leaning into that and the movement that is indoor golf. It'll never replace real golf, but it sure is close, and it's very fun. And it's an inviting atmosphere that's, private, secluded, good for business meetings or just playing with your buddies or gals. And it's a heck of a time. So we love golf. We're passionate about it. And that's what we're offering to people nationwide.
That's pretty powerful. You said something about making it affordable for individuals because golf can be very cost prohibitive for a lot of individuals that love the sport. I mean, I have a 31-year-old son. We live here in South Florida. It is not inexpensive to go out and play 18 holes of golf. So you have the cost aspect of it, but then you also have the weather element of it. I mean, it is, the heat index is over 100 degrees here currently. So to be able to go into an air-conditioned environment, have a membership, and be able to go play virtually anytime you want is pretty powerful. So let me ask you, so you have a legal background, Will. And so how does an attorney or lawyer turn into create a brand such as the Back Nine? And now, as I understand, you are focused full time on this venture.
That's correct. That's correct. Yeah. I think, being a lawyer was good. I met a lot of really great business owners, wonderful people. But at a certain point, you're billing in 6-minute increments. And at some point, I just felt like I wanted to do something that I was passionate about that could put smiles on people's faces all day long. And you don't really see that very often in the legal world, right?
I would not.
Yeah, unfortunately. So, Back Nine originally it was started just as a side passion project with a couple of friends of mine. And if we could have had 20 or 30 members and, broken even, we would have been the happiest guys on the planet. That was the goal. Let's pay for our own golf simulator. It quickly turned into something much bigger. And, we've invested a lot of time and resources into building a system and a network that can be replicated and enjoyed. And yes, had the great blessing of leaving the law firm last fall and taking the dive to do Back Nine full time. And
Well, congratulations. That's what most of us can hope for. Okay. So you have 60 territories sold. You have 18 locations that are currently open. Darren, when you are taking prospects through the process of learning and educating them about the Back Nine, what are some of the key attributes of the business that really draw people in to invest?
Yeah, great question. So I think when I'm talking to people and kind of what sticks out to them, and I think what kind of hits home for them is more of, this is a semi-passive business model, right? Any business you start, you have to be active in it, and you have to be actively growing it and pursuing it. This is a semi-passive business model where we allow our franchisees to kind of have the freedom to run their business. We don't have requirements that they have to hit and certain stats that they have to hit. We want this to be their business. We want them to run it the way they want to run it. We'll definitely guide them and help them and what we've seen to be successful. But the semi-passive business model is huge for them. The low cost of entry, as you look around the country and look at these other franchising golf companies, the investment is very large. Ours is very low cost, and that comes with our low overhead, right? We've all seen what COVID has done to employees and how hard it is to manage people. And our locations don't require anyone to be on staff at all, right? If someone wants to be there, they definitely can have someone there. But our model is set up where our software is going to manage the day-to-day operations of the business. And then we want our franchisees to go out and actively grow that through memberships, corporate memberships, and things like that. I think that's what sticks out to them is I can have this business. I can spend as much time or as little time as needed. If a week is busy, I can put that on the back burner and go and do, maybe my normal career. And then if they have extra time, they're able to go and pursue the Back Nine. So I think the flexibility, the low cost of entry, and then the no employees is a huge benefit to being part of the Back Nine.
Well, you hit on two key things that I'd say about 90% of my clients are looking for. It's either no or few employees and a very semi-passive type of business investment. So you guys are definitely a diamond in the rough. So for an investor looking at the Back Nine, from a semi-passive perspective, once they have the business up and running and operational, how many hours a week do you feasibly see someone needing to spend on the business?
Yeah, great question. So probably usually around 10 to 15 hours a week. I do want to give you an example. We brought out one of our franchisees that has been doing a really good job. He talks to a lot of the people that we send his way. So we brought him out for a little golf trip. And I was riding around in the golf cart with him and I said, "Hey, when's the last time you stepped foot in the Back Nine?" And he said, "It's been 3 weeks." And he said, "Everything's running the way exactly it should be." So, but normally on average, that 10 to 15 hours a week, but that, like I said, that's going to be more outgrowing the business than it is going to be watching and babysitting the facility.
And who are they reaching out to as far as to build up those memberships? Is it corporations? Is it, country clubs, individuals? What does that look like?
Yeah, so multiple ways of going about that. So on the individual level, it's more of you're going to be doing some, just kind of general marketing, whether that's social media or whatever that is, paid advertising, getting that thing up and going. And then with those memberships, is people want to come run a demo, or they're like, hey, I'm going to pay for an hourly tea time where I don't have to sign up for a membership and I can go try it out first. We encourage our franchisees to go meet those people, come up with them and sell them on a membership while they're in there at the facility, right? Just kind of gain that relationship and move forward. Outside of that, outside of kind of just the general membership, we definitely encourage, just like you would see at a local golf course where there's advertising on scorecards and things like that. That's what we're encouraging our franchisees to go do as well, is go to those local businesses in your area or corporations in your area, talk to the local businesses, get them to sign up for a corporate membership. They get golf, they get advertising in the facility, company parties. There's things like they can, sponsor a bay. So when you walk in, instead of going on bay one, you're going to, let's say, whatever company that may be that sponsors that bay. So there's things like that they can go out and they can pursue those businesses and get them to kind of buy into the back nine. And, what's better than having access to the facility and then also a tax write-off at the end of the day that you're using it for customers as well. So
Absolutely. So as an individual or even a member, if I were to come in and have reserved a bay, am I able to bring others in with me, or what does that look like?
Yeah, so we have 4 different types of options of memberships. We have a single, a par, a birdie, and an eagle. And all those memberships just kind of vary on how many tee times you can hold at a time, to the length of the tee time, to how many people you can bring with you. So our top membership, which is the eagle, is like you can hold 2 tee times at a time. We never limit anyone on the amount of golf they can play. We only limit them on the amount of tee times. That way we can make sure people have ample time to book and they get weekends. And those are just things that we've learned as a franchise company, that we opened it up to everyone and said unlimited tee times, and that kind of turned people away. But the way we've structured this and the way these are built out is you can bring people, and it just depends on what that membership looks like. So our top 2, if you wanted to go have a foursome with your friends and bring in food and drinks and all that kind of stuff and play some golf, it's definitely something you could do as well. So
cool. So, Will, you made a comment about access to the best of technology in this space. Can you share a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. So there are a couple of key brands in the market right now that kind of lead the way. The top 2 that are being employed at a bunch of our facilities across the country right now are TrackMan and Full Swing. And like those are the items of equipment you would see if you went to a PGA Tour event and you saw the players out warming up on the range. One of those units is going to be behind them. And so we've developed really good relationships with those companies, and figuring out what's going to be best for our members, for our franchise owners, and our system, and the support we'll get. And so, yes, it is the very best of the best. It's very accurate. We've played on many hours on these systems, and I can tell you if I hook one to the left or if I fade one to the right, it's going to happen on the screen just like it did. There's camera equipment built into the simulators that shows you your swing. Golf coaches can come in and utilize that equipment as well to kind of show the charts and put you side by side with different golfers on the tour, and you can kind of compare. It's really good equipment that gives you dozens and dozens of data points, from the carry distance on the shot to the total rollout to the spin rate, the club angle, the launch angle. All of these data points are so important. And I think Forbes did an article that talked about the benefits of doing your practice sessions on a simulator indoors versus just going to a driving range and hitting a bucket of old, crusty golf balls. and the benefits of being able to see your swing analysis and how the ball's reacting and making adjustments there, you know, in an environment that has no bad weather. So yeah, great equipment. We pride ourselves in that, and we always will. It's quality over quantity for sure, because the golfers know as soon as they start hitting on it, this is realistic or not.
So cool. I live on a golf course, actually. I'm overlooking it right now, and I wish a lot of the players that play on this golf course would go to a simulator, because Saturday morning I woke up and my house got hit twice already within an hour of it opening. And I've even had a broken windshield, which is really bad because the car's in the front of the house. So, yes.
We need a testimonial on our website from you.
Absolutely. All right. So this is a brick and mortar, of course, location. What type of real estate is needed for a back nine, and what does that build out look like?
I'll let you take that, Darren.
Yeah. So we usually look for a Class B retail space in kind of that strip mall area, right? So that's kind of where we're looking from our end of real estate and brick and mortar. And then on the build out, what does that look like from there? So, you know, we usually recommend a 3 or 4 bay facility. That's just, we leave that up to the franchisee of kind of what they want to do from there. But the cost of the build out of those for a 3 bay facility, you're probably anywhere from 300,000 to 325,000. From a 4 bay facility, you're probably anywhere from 360 to 380 on the build out. So that's where we say, you know, it is expensive, but on the grand scheme of things, it's low cost of entry for the back nine and what we have to offer. So Class B retail space, the reason we say that is it drives other people there, right? Being by restaurants, or, you know, we've got one location by a men's haircut location and by a dessert shop, and it just drives that organic growth to our locations. And we've seen it to be very beneficial, where you can go gain relationships with the dessert companies or the food companies and provide discounts and offers and like that. So that's kind of why we generally recommend being in a Class B retail space.
And then I can elaborate on that a bit, Stacy, just on square footage requirements. You're going to be somewhere between 2,000 and 3,500 square feet for one of these locations.
And that's for a 3 or 4 bay facility. Yep. Okay, yep. So let's just talk about the 3 bay facility. How many members could that feasibly hold? And what would you say the average membership would be?
Typically, we say, depending on your restrictions that you build into your membership types and your packages, based on hours per tee time and number of tee times they can hold, we say somewhere between 40 and 50 members per bay. So if you're a 3 bay facility, you're going to be able to comfortably host 120 people on a monthly subscription. If you have your restrictions dialed in, or there's a lot of singles in there, you could get up to 150 comfortably. So it just depends on your membership types. And then our packages range anywhere from $99 a month for the single, all the way up to $300 a month for the Eagle package, and that includes multiple guests and other exclusive perks. Like we have an online store with access to wholesale 𝐬𝐵𝐿 gear and other quality brands like that we offered our members, all the way to massage chairs. Like we get massage chairs at wholesale if they want to get things like that. It's kind of, we want to offer really cool perks for our members.
I love that. I'm a huge fan of 𝐿 attire. So good job. You guys have some good taste there. All right. So from a support standpoint, I mean, this is a pretty simple, straightforward type of business model. But it is a franchise. So what type of support, Darren, do you guys provide? from a corporate level for your franchise owners?
Yeah, great question. So just from the beginning, right, when you start working with me, you have access to all of our franchisees, right? And we have a great group of franchisees that are willing to speak to potential franchisees. So that's one thing that we love, is the community that we've created inside of the back nine, and all those franchisees being willing to speak to these potential franchisees. Going from there, we have the capability to line you up with some of our brokers that will come help you find real estate and kind of help you negotiate through that process of finding a location, negotiating through the terms and the lease and TI budgets. And then we have a great team of our operations team. So once you sign on and once you become a member of the back nine, our operations team is going to help you through the entire process of getting up and running. So that is, we've got a marketing team that's going to help you with your marketing, your digital marketing, your social medias, how to post and how to drive that social media influence, right? We also have a team that's going to help you with your SEO and website and support on that. So we're going to create and build your website and support your website. Our team's going to help you with SEO and making sure that when someone searches golf in that area, we're hoping the back nine is going to be on that first page, right? So people are immediately going to the back nine. Hey, what's this? Or they want to go to an indoor golf simulator. The back nine's popping up. Also, our team's going to help on the construction side, right? We're going to help you walk through that entire process of, we're going to help you with the order of the full swing equipment, train you on the full swing equipment. We're going to help you with the day-to-day sales and operations, marketing. So we're going to do the training, all of that through that process, right, when you get on. We help with lead generation. We help with getting that website up and running as fast as possible to start helping bring in members and have them sign up before they'd even open the doors. So we've seen success with that. We've had a lot of new territories that have been opening up with kind of record numbers of people who are members before they even open their doors. So it's pretty fun to see some of our locations that are opening up either cash flow positive or pretty dang close to cash flow positive as they open their doors. So that's been pretty cool to see. But again, our team is going to be there throughout the entire process. It's not once you get up and running, we're done. Our operations team is available 24/7 and will help you with whatever it may need. On the software side of things, our team will take care of, our internal software that we've built, which has really been the game changer for us, that allows us to have that semi-passive business model and make things fully automated. We have great service from our technology of our simulators. They both have 24/7 access. If there's issues with their simulators, things are flipped around and turned around and up and running usually within the next day. The nice thing about those is it's usually a software, so they can tie into it immediately and resolve the issue, right off the bat. But I think the big thing is we're successful if our franchisees are successful, right? So this is definitely one of those things that we're in it for the long haul. That's why we've got, 2 stories of people in this building that are working on that constantly. We're worried about cost. That's one thing we're always worried about, is how do we reduce the cost for our franchisees? We're worried about, how are they maintaining and grabbing members and keeping them on board? So there's things that we're doing that I would say probably on the back end, maybe some of the franchisees don't even know what we're doing, because we're trying to maintain this business and keep it running from our end as well to help grow on a national level for them as well.
Yeah, everything you just described, Darren, is so powerful, and it really speaks to the beauty of the franchise system, right? You're in business for yourself, not by yourself. I mean, we hear that over and over again, but it is so, so true. Okay, so I want to talk about competition. So this is, to me, this is exciting, it's fresh, it's new, it has a lot of real value. People who play golf are very serious about their golf game. So they do not mess around. They don't want to be embarrassed. They want to hone their skill. So I will say since I've been introduced, and maybe it's just because now I'm more aware, but I have been seeing a couple other simulator type brands out there. I honestly don't know if they're franchise brands or not, but I will tell you where I get my nails done in that shopping center. There's within the past month, a golf simulator place just opened its doors. So, Will, talk to me a little bit about the competition, what that looks like, and how the back nine may be different.
Yes. Yeah, competition is a good thing. And it's always there for every business. And so when we opened our first location here in St. George, Utah, we're a small town. We were the only golf simulator company here. And this was just over 4 years ago. If I look at the landscape now, if you type in golf simulator St. George, there's probably 5 right within this small town. So there's certainly competition. Within that competition, though, there are different business models. There are different types of golf venues. For the most part, I would say 90% of indoor golf locations focus so much on live entertainment, food and drink, a bar with golf simulators in it. And that's great. It's fun. And I'm the first guy to go to Top Golf with my family and enjoy an evening and some good food. But it's really not a game improvement facility where you have the best equipment on the planet and you're secluded, you're by yourself, you can focus and, quiet moments and enjoy a round of golf and improve your game. And that's what Back Nine is all about. That's what sets us apart. It's an all access, limitless membership with all these perks for you to improve your golf game and enjoy the game of golf. And so that's why our costs are so much lower than, our main competitors. Like I don't want to drop names because they're great too, right? And I would have fun at their facilities also, but like a 5-iron golf, it's got 10 to 15 simulators. They have a restaurant and bar in there. It's probably a $2 million investment to go open one of those. And when you can go open, 8 to 10 back nines and dominate a whole metro area for the same price, that's a very intriguing proposition for prospects. And so what can we do to set ourselves apart from the competition? This is a question we literally put up on the board weekly and talk through as a team. And we're driving so much new value to our franchisees with, the mobile app we're launching, the online store, the quarterly tournaments that are sponsored by huge companies like TravisMathew with big giveaways and things. And then our software. We've got a full-time software development team out of Mexico that's constantly adding new features and fixing bugs. And that is how we set ourselves apart. I ran one of these as a one-stop shop. We were the one-off location for 2 years. And I know the struggles and trials that just a one-off location sees. And, from hiring a local marketing agency and paying them several thousands of dollars a month and a graphic designer and an SEO specialist and all of these different things, we have streamlined and taken the bugs out, and we help you accelerate your success. And that's the difference that franchising does for people. And I saw it as an attorney helping franchisees negotiate with franchisors for years. And I fell in love with the concept then. And we love to wake up every day and go to battle for our people. And it's just fun. It's exciting. Another thing that we do that Darren listed off a bunch of things that we do for our franchisees. We also do monthly trainings with every franchisee. We all get together on a Zoom call, and the high performers get on and teach the others what they're doing well, what's working, what's not. How did you go sell all these corporate memberships this month? Teach the rest of the crew. And so that's awesome. One more thing we're doing, Stacy, is we just hired a full-time content creator to start a YouTube and a TikTok to be able to build a YouTube following and a YouTube channel to educate people on indoor golf, golf brands, golf equipment, events, everything you could think of related to golf. And so we're doing a lot of franchisee features and, filming their whole grand opening events and providing all of that quality footage to them just another thing we're doing to set ourselves apart.
So cool. So cool. Oh my gosh. I love everything about this business, really. And I love talking to founders as well because your passion just really shines through. And I mean, that legal background can't hurt either. I mean, people should really trust it. That FDD, I'm sure, is really buttoned up. And so, guys,
FTDs. You gotta love FTDs. Yeah, it's ours is quite friendly, and we get that comment a lot. We built it that way.
yeah, and that's invaluable. I mean, I love all the support, and really, it's going to be exciting to see how that content creator with YouTube and TikTok, how that propels the business forward as well. That's pretty fun. I love hearing that. All right, guys. So at the end of the day, a couple things that really stand out to me, and I love this terminology, a semi-automated business, golf business. And so this is definitely for anybody looking to have a semi-passive business model that is simplistic, straightforward, recurring revenue, few or no employees based upon how they want to run it, and is really based on technology. The back nine is a great opportunity to explore. So on the last note, any last takeaways? You guys have shared so much great information. Any last takeaways? Let's end it with, where are you looking to grow, Darren? What areas of the US are you targeting?
Yeah, we're trying to grow everywhere, right? I guess that's the main thing, is everywhere that we feel like is a viable spot for the back nine. We run our own analytics and kind of justify where we feel like this will work or that won't work. If we're looking at specific areas, we've ran our own analytics and we kind of understand where that huge golf interest is. You look at Texas, that's a huge spot. Florida's a huge location. California's a great spot. We're registered there now, so that's exciting that we're in that area. But we are looking to grow everywhere. But our own analytics have kind of shown some of those are the top. Phoenix, Arizona, that's one place that we're growing like crazy, and that's been pretty fun. So. Everywhere is we're growing, but there are some hot spots that we're looking at and kind of paying more attention to for sure.
All right, fantastic. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me today. I so appreciate it. I hope to bring some qualified candidates your way. For anybody interested in learning more about the back nine franchise opportunity, feel free to reach out to me at Stacy@FusionFranchising.com. Thanks and have a great day.
Thanks for listening. Subscribe for more on the franchise life.